today's video is all about sleep. And for me, when I don't get a lot of sleep, I just drink Red Bull because it gives me wings. But no, I definitely need to have a better sleep routine, all that kind of stuff, because I want to get more energy from the rest I get. And yeah, we go through some really cool tips today on how to get better rest and to wake up more refreshed. So yeah, enjoy today's video.
All right, so yes, this episode we are going to be talking about a stress buster, all related to sleep.
Sleep.
How good is sleep?
When you get it,
When you
it's
get
great.
I love my bed. I'm thinking about,
Yeah.
Look,
Day sleeps are good too.
I've never quite gotten into them, but some people
Okay.
can and others
Yeah,
don't.
yeah. I'm a good napper in the day.
But sleep is absolutely essential to not only physical health, but mental health as well. And so lack of sleep can actually cause a lot of concerns around our mental health and our mental capacity and stress. So that's why we want to look at that today. So first and foremost, it's important to probably understand what sleep actually does for us. So up on the screen, you can see that it helps our memories get consolidated and stored. So sleep's really important for memory forming. It's really important for restoration, which also includes our ability to concentrate and pay attention. So you find yourself not paying attention, maybe you haven't slept enough. Muscle repair and recovery. Our metabolism gets regulated while we sleep, and it just helps us maintain better physical and mental health as well. A lot of good things there.
A lot of
sleep.
good things.
Yeah.
So when you talk about memories, like my whole family sleepwalks and talks.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So like I do things in my sleep and they'll like treat it. But my brother Mick actually, who works in construction, he'll be up like fixing their light with like a pretend hammer, or his wife's like, go to bed. So is that part of like processing memories or something? Or?
That I can't talk to as much. Maybe seeing a sleep specialist about that side of things.
Thanks, Jess. I just thought, being
Sorry.
a counselor and coach, you might be able to help me out. Because I still yell and scream and do weird stuff in my sleep occasionally.
We might talk later.
Okay, fair enough.
So sleep, super important for all those physical reasons, biological, mental, our brain working. So when we don't sleep, this is what happens. So we weaken our immune system. So I know for me, I always get sick when I haven't slept well. Trouble concentrating or making good judgments. Our reaction time is slowed down as well. They do sort of say lack of sleep can be equivalent to sort of drunk driving or being tired when you're driving. We become more irritable, yes, agitated, angry, anxious. Our emotions get heightened. I can absolutely testify to that. It can also throw your hormones off balance, including our appetite hormones. So you actually can end up eating more when you're tired and also then making unhealthier food choices. So all those things when you don't sleep, not good.
Definitely. Is that why I snack if I stay up too late?
It just throws everything off, and things that actually regulate our appetite don't work as well. So we do find ourselves eating more, and perhaps making poorer choices because, as we saw as well, our ability to make good judgments gets impaired too. So sleep's kind of an important thing if we want to function well in life and manage our stress. So
how do we do that then?
Yeah, so all in all, like lack of sleep is going to equal more stress. More stress can also equal less sleep. So I came across this little quote on the screen. More anger stems from lack of sleep than from all of life's frustration.
Pretty big quote, but
It is a pretty big quote.
you can see how it definitely at times
it might not
anger
be
has arisen from lack of sleep. Yeah, like it can be really challenging if you're not sleeping.
I mean, irritability and anxiety and heightened emotions were part of lack of sleep. So whether that's true for all the time, it definitely can mess with whether I snap at someone in the morning or not. So one way to start improving our sleep and also then help managing our stress levels, because this series is all about proactive stress management, is called sleep hygiene. A term you might have heard, it gets thrown around a bit.
Yeah. I always think like brushing my teeth or something when I hear that. So what does it actually mean? I'm sure it's
So good sleep hygiene, it's all about training our sort of minds and our body to know when to sleep and to give it cues for sleep and rest. So there's
Yeah.
a few things here, and routine is key. And Ben's laughing.
That's probably why I'm not so great at it. Okay, so
like, no.
having like a routine for like when you
Yeah,
sleep and that kind
yeah.
of thing.
So as we talk through them, I'm going to have a couple of points that come up as well. So one of the first ones is to create a wind down routine. So that might start 2 hours before bed, it might start an hour before bed, but just creating a routine that starts your mind and your body winding down from the day. So you don't want to be running in the door from somewhere or from physical, like major exercise and going straight to bed.
Okay.
Or going straight from work mode to bed, because you haven't switched, you haven't come down, you haven't allowed time.
So what are you meant to do? Because we're going to get down to it. Like you
Yeah.
said, I can't watch social media, I can't watch TV. Like, what the hell can I do to switch off?
So a couple of things. So
Have a cup of tea.
one of the second tips
Yeah.
as part of this routine is to actually have a consistent bedtime and wake up time. And because that will just help your body to actually start to know when it's ready to sleep and when to wake up. And the more consistency, the better for your body and for your sleep routine as well. So trying to have a consistent bedtime, and look, that's often what trips people up immediately is they go, well, I tried going to bed this week at this time for a few nights in a row and I still can't sleep. It's like, well, it's going to take time for your body to start to adjust and learn when to sleep and when you're tired. So if we're not in that routine, it's going to take time. A couple of nights of the same bedtime is not going to change it. So consistency and routine. So what you just mentioned is part of the third tip, and actually some of the other tips, but cutting out extra stimuli. So we don't want to be having all this extra sort of stimulation and keeping our minds awake and our bodies awake when we're trying to go to sleep. So dimming the lights could be really good ones. Not having bright lights, at 9:30 at night. Making sure you've got some good blinds in your bedroom so that you're not getting too much light in. Some people will sleep with an eye mask. Some people might sleep with earplugs. Just not having too much stimulation around that bedtime and in your bedroom as well. So just keeping things dark and dim and not too loud, not having, I don't know whether you're into metal music or all, but maybe that's not a lullaby.
No metallic before bed. Okay, I'll try and do that.
So the fourth tip is to do relaxing activities. So we're not trying to do crazy things before bedtime. We're trying to do relaxing things. So whatever that looks like for you, it might be mindfulness. It might be gentle stretching. It might be reading a book. Maybe one that's not too, going to get your brain going. It could be making yourself a cup of tea, having a shower, having a bath, doing a skincare routine for some people that helps relax them. So activities that help
Why
relax.
look at me when you talk about skincare routine? Like you're suggesting something?
Not at all. Not at all. I can just picture that, Ben. Like you're just there with the facial scrub and you've got the candle lit,
I
the
get
lavender.
panda eyes, and so I have to.
That's your type of routine, isn't it?
Totally.
Yeah. This is the one that you really don't like, and none of us do. Put away the technology.
Yeah, this is definitely this is my sleep routine. What are you talking about? I watch TV, and then I go to bed. I get on my phone for like 10 minutes and read things on my phone.
So you're creating extra stimuli on the screen. So there's a whole bunch of stuff around that you can look up, including sort of the whole thing around the light that comes from your phone. But again, it's actually just activating parts of your brain that wake it up and can create stress as well. So trying to turn off technology maybe an hour before bed,
Oh, wow.
if you can, is the general suggestion. Sometimes we might fall asleep relatively easy with some of these things, but then are we getting quality of sleep is another thing, and that's sometimes where it falls over, is the level of quality and how deep is sleep and how relaxed our brains and bodies are. So the more relaxed we are going into bedtime, the deeper the quality of sleep as well, and the more our resting heart rate drops too during sleep, which is better for all that restoration. So look, there are good reasons for turning off the technology before bed. And
We'll go back to reading before bed or something like that.
yeah, and look, they do say that if you are having trouble falling asleep or you wake up during the night,
Drink?
when I say cut out extra stimuli, I'm going to include
Oh, okay.
bad foods and drinks as well. So if you're having trouble falling asleep or if you wake up during the night, rather than lying there for like an hour, 2 hours on end, just going, I can't sleep. If after about 15 minutes or so you still can't sleep, they do suggest sometimes actually removing yourself from the room, going to the lounge room, don't turn on the TV or your phone, but again, just do something relaxing, read for a little bit, or do some mindfulness, do some breathing, and then try going back to bed and sleeping. Because they say keep your bed for...
This is making way too much sense
Yeah.
because I don't feel like I do get much rest when I sleep. And sometimes if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll meditate and I'll always sleep much better.
Yeah.
I need to do some of those kind of things and read.
Yeah.
Wow, Jess. Thanks so much. No, this would be good. In fact, I'm going to try some of this stuff. I didn't realise it was impacting my quality of sleep because I can do all those things and then go to sleep, not without much trouble.
Yeah.
But today got me thinking about like the quality of my sleep based on the activities I did before bed.
Yeah, because it makes changes to your body as well. So, yeah.
Okay, that's making sense.
And the last thing on that note is actually practice relaxation techniques. So sometimes we do have trouble stopping our minds, or we're tense, or we're stressed, and that stops us from sleeping. So practicing relaxation techniques like we talked about in the previous video, some of that progressive muscle relaxation or deep breathing or meditation will help bring sort of our bodies to a calmer state, a more restful state, and prepare us better for sleep. So practicing some of those before bedtime and can also help the quality of sleep. So it's interesting though, Ben, because like you were laughing before about technology and not being able to get off it before bedtime. And on that, there's 57% of people said they do find it hard to sleep or relax after spending time on social media. Yet before bed is when most people are using it. Yet they're all agreeing, well, that more than half are saying, yeah, I find it difficult to sleep afterwards. But the time they use it the most, right before sleep.
Yeah.
There's a simple solution there. Sorry to say it. But yeah, look, I find I sleep better if I have done that sort of routine. And look, I'm not the queen of it, but I do find these things actually do start to help my sleep improve if I can be a bit diligent about them. And it's just nice to relax at that end of the day, switch off, calm down, have a good sleep, hopefully nice dreams.